Hi, I'm Bree Wilcox. I'm a Specialist Biomedical Scientist at the Pathogen Genomics unit, which is part of Public Health Wales Microbiology in Cardiff, UHW. I really enjoyed science as a child and especially biology, so I did separate sciences for GCSE and found that I really enjoyed biology. I had a fantastic teacher, Miss Day, and so I wasn't sure what to do with it. I know I wanted to do it as a profession, but wasn't sure what. Didn't think I'd be getting the grades to become a doctor. So my school had a really good careers library. It had lots of books and university prospectuses. So I went in there and had a look for jobs at biology, human biology, and that's where I discovered biomedical science. So it suggested that I needed to do science A levels and do a accredited degree to be able to actually go into the profession. So I did A levels in biology, chemistry, and maths. I went to UWIC University, which is now Metropolitan University in Cardiff, and I did a sandwich year at the Wales Specialist Virology Centre, which is in UHW. I finished my degree with a first class honours, and whilst on my sandwich year at the Specialist Virology Centre, I started my training portfolio for the IBMS to become a registered biomedical scientist. So when I finished my degree, I went back to the Specialist Virology Centre to finish off my training. At the time we had what you call the blue book, which is your training book, and inside there was all the different types of tests and things that you needed to know and learn how to do. So that was signed off by one of the senior members of staff at the time. And then once that was finished, we had somebody come from a different laboratory and basically test your knowledge. We had a little oral exam, and you showed them around the lab and tell them what everything was and what they did and what was the importance of it and everything like that. So I passed that and I became a biomedical scientist. And then a job came up in the molecular diagnostics unit, which is part of microbiology in Cardiff. And so I applied for that and I was successful. So that was in 2003. So since then I've been a biomedical scientist in the molecular diagnostics unit. We tested things like meningitis, chlamydia, hepatitis, HIV resistant, HIV viral load, CMV, herpes virus, VZ, all by different molecular techniques. And then in 2017, the health minister decided that he wanted to start the precision medicine programme, and our head of department at the molecular diagnostics unit was approached to make the pathogen genomics unit. And she asked us all to go with her, all our staff, because we've been training for such a long time on molecular diagnostic techniques. We're well versed with pipette use and small volumes and all that kind of thing. So we then helped set up the pathogen genomics unit. We've now developed an ISO accredited tests for HIV resistance, mycobacteria, characterisation and resistance. We also work with the anaerobe reference unit for the Digest project, which is characterisation of C. difficile, so help monitoring outbreaks. And so I really enjoy this job. It's been fantastic working with the lovely team that we have, and especially over the last year and a half, developing the COVID sequencing assays that we've been doing. We've actually become one of the world leading units of producing the amount of sequences that we have, and in a timely fashion as well. And I've got one of the quickest turnaround times for our COVID sequencing, so we were doing really, really well. And it's been a great opportunity for all of us to be part of this team. So if anyone's looking into getting into biomedical science, one of the best things I would suggest is look at the IBMS website, the Institute of Biomedical Science. They do a free student membership, so that's great if you're in university or if you're doing your A-levels. And you need to be accredited with them and the HCPC once you are a registered biomedical scientist, but it helps give you an idea of what to do and how to get into the profession. The other way, obviously, getting into our job is if you haven't done a biomedical science degree, you can either do a healthcare science degree, which you actually do your training over the 3 years of the degree. You should actually have placement in the laboratory in each of your 3 years. And then when you come out, you're a trained biomedical scientist. Or you could do any other kind of biological degree, so biochemistry, We've got a few people that have done forensic science, and then have come in as healthcare scientists, and then you can do equivalents. So you can either do top-up modules to become a biomedical scientist or other ways. So it's definitely a degree I would love to get, a job that you should get into. I think it's fantastic. I really enjoy what we do. There's some boring bits, paperwork and all the standards that you have to adhere to, but it's necessary, and it means we do a fantastic job like we do. So if you have any questions, come and see us at the Pathogen Genomics unit booth. We're part of here today, so come find us and ask us questions.